red, blue, orange, green, you're all crooks.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
No, there's a billion other ways to spend that money. It's clearly a hot topic for me. Like housing, yes, it's a municipal and provincial issue, but like, the citizens have to have some say in this. They can't just say like, oh yeah, we're going to stick 2 towers on top of this football stadium because we thought of this idea, a decade ago and want to follow through with it, even though the economic climate and the geographic area doesn't really support our vision.
Yeah.
But I want to push it through though.
And that's the thing. It's like, does it actually support us right now in this moment?
Welcome to the Ottawa Property Podcast with your hosts Tony McNeil and Adolfo Alvarenga. Each week, they'll take a look at what's happening in the Ottawa real estate market and offer practical advice and insights for listeners. From market updates to success stories, they cover it all. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, a seasoned investor, or just curious about the property landscape in Canada's capital, they've got you covered. Sit back, get comfortable, and let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ottawa Property Podcast. My name is Tony McNeil. I'm an Ottawa-based realtor. I was like, where am I?
You hesitated for a second.
Where do we live? Joined always by my co-host, Level 2 Mortgage Agent with Referral Mortgages, Adolfo Alvarenga. If you are listening on the apps, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, I name them every week, and I still don't see anybody liking the damn podcast or following us or commenting. If you are listening, please just give us a like. Just let us know you're there. Let us know you exist and we're not just like speaking into the void. With all that being said, Adolfo, what's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going, week. Dude.
Wait, it's start of the week. It's the holidays coming around the corner,
It's like the weird lull between, is it holidays or is it not? Like anyone listening,
I think that's the question. When do you start saying happy holidays? Like December
what's a
1st?
Good question for the audience that are listening? That should be your comment.
December 1st.
Are we allowed to listen to Christmas music yet?
I mean, some people already have Christmas decorations. I have some here and there, but not a lot.
Luis is a hard like December 1st, not a minute before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
although we did go to the Santa Claus parade last weekend.
Okay. So you're already doing Christmas activities?
Well, the Santa Claus parade's in like fucking May. Oh, sorry, not a curse, but I let F-bomb slip. I'm in a spicy mood today. The Santa Claus's parade is in like May these days, so you got to go early.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's interesting the activities that you have to be aware of as a parent.
I'm learning.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to know.
I think when I was a kid, man, the Christmas parade was in December, and it was always like first or second week or weekend. And now it just seems to be earlier and earlier.
I think they just want to
get it over with.
No, not even get it over with. I think it's just so many people nowadays and in the cities, and they just want to have the more like it's like the light show or the light. Have you ever driven through it?
No. Oh, the one out in Canada?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Like they have like lights and stuff like
that. Seen
it
on Instagram a billion times. Yeah.
There's so many lines. It gets
so
full.
100%. Will you drive out to like Sens games?
Yeah.
During Christmas,
and you see them,
and they're all the way
bumper
down.
to bumper. Yeah. But it's a nice. Like I've done it once, and it's very nice to go through, especially with the kids. Like it's very.
I believe
nice
it.
So.
Yeah, I believe it.
But I can imagine like how they want to prolong the season as much as possible. Like some people are like,
just
okay,
milk it for every
after October 31st, Halloween done. Okay, we're going. November 1st, Christmas, and which is nothing wrong in it. I think it's like it's a good holiday season. It brings people in good moods.
End of October, I remember Luis was like, "Can you go out and get this thing for Halloween?" There was like a decoration or some loot bag because it rained, so we wanted Sophie to have something. Anyway. I went into Dollarama and I texted him like, "There's more Christmas decorations than Halloween right now," because it's kind of like
it's a transition, but it's the same with the weather. It's like it's snowing, is it not?
Yeah, it's kind of raining.
Kind of raining,
Today like sucks. It's raining for sure.
It's that season of like 2 weeks that's like everything just in between.
And real estate's the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not a Christmas.
To the point
podcast.
I was gonna say to the point of the podcast.
Bam, back on track. No, I really feel like it is. Like I had a really steady October and early November, like a few deals done. And now it's like, what is going on? Where do the people go? Listings aren't moving. Buyers are not buying. For me anyway, and a lot of the people I've spoken to at our office is the same way. Like our team had, it's interesting because like the whole point of this episode is just to talk about, are we in a buyer's market? Are buyers too particular? And are we the pendulum has swung so much in the last couple of years. Like, 2022, we're all the way over in seller's market. Now we're 2025, and we're in a full-on buyer's market, in my opinion, in most asset classes.
The interesting part about that too is like the rates have gone down.
Yep.
And most of the time people were saying like, oh well, it's gonna be a frenzy or it's gonna motivate people to rates come down and stuff. It hasn't really caused that, which I think in a way is a good thing.
I agree.
Just because like
we said it wasn't going to do that in an episode or two ago.
Yeah. Well, we discussed that. We didn't think that it was gonna just create such a big spike because people are more concerned about their spending, and especially now, given what happened, it's like like you're kind of more hesitant if you pull the trigger or not. Like I've had probably just yesterday, I had 2 people talk to me and be like about their renewals, and they're not even clients that I'm gonna necessarily like past clients that we put in a mortgage. Their 3-year rates are coming up for renewal.
Yeah, sure.
Right next year. Banks are being aggressive to try to renew those as soon as possible. In some cases, it could benefit the client, but in some, they're just trying to lock you in a higher rate.
Yeah, because they know that they're predicting rates to come down next year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sure. So then, what some of the conversation happened was like, "What do you think I should go do? I go variable or should I go fixed?" And I'm like, it depends on your appetite, your risk appetite, right? Like, do you think that the rates are going to continue to go down? Okay. Do you prefer the monthly payment? And it's like the back and forth. But one of the conversations was, and I don't know if he's going to end up doing this, but we discussed like, okay, maybe go variable. Oh. And then if there's a hike, you go back to lock in for fixed, right? This is a client that survived the variable hikes.
Oh shoot! Okay.
So he's traumatized for life. Like we laughed about it, and I'm like, this is a trauma. Like I'm traumatized for life, and this is never happening again. But he's still considering it because he knows the benefit of it, of like the rates are going down. So it's like it's always that like, okay, which one do you prefer more than the other? It's like the savings.
Sucker for punishment.
But that's the thing. It's like
I
just
would
depends.
go variable.
And I have some people that are like, okay, we'll go fixed just because they want the steady payment, which is worth their peace of mind, right? So it's just like you have to win. You'll win somewhere and you lose somewhere. It's the give, right? But the interesting part about that, where I was going with this, is a lot of people are having that conversation already so early before the renewals are coming up. Yeah, sure. And it's just because of the fact that okay, you want to make sure which decisions you make right. And we don't know December. There's December 10th. There's another announcement. Yeah, they're predicting that there's going to be a rate drop. I personally don't know. I have no idea. The numbers, inflations look low, but then unemployment looks high. Like it leans towards that, but you never know. Like if the Feds and the Bank of Canada have an announcement exactly the same day.
Cut.
So cut.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
end the year with a bang.
Well, I think that in a country, in a continent full of corporate greed, like this will probably be one of the slowest like consumer Christmases or consumer holiday seasons we've seen on record in a while. And
do you think the spending will be less?
I think people will spend less. I'll spend less personally.
It'll be interesting to see what the numbers come up in terms of spending, if there is any numbers of that after Black Friday. Black Friday is usually the one big day or week of the month
where people kill themselves or kill each other. Well,
sometimes everybody buys the holiday gifts on that weekend.
No, we're on Black Friday deals. We're looking already. It's like
so
everyone's got different wish lists and stuff. But I guess my point is that how do you stimulate economy? How do you take pain away from people? Yeah, you lower interest rates. And there's people that are feeling pain. There's people that are just holding their dollars because they feel like it, and they don't feel like comfortable spending it because there's so much uncertainty. Like the whole landscape is just absolutely changed, man. Like if you look back at episodes a year ago, what we were talking about, like it's kind of crazy that Trump was just kind of getting in, and none of this tariff stuff really existed yet. And where we've come in 365 days, like it's kind of mind blowing.
There's a lot of uncertainty out there for sure, and that's where like I think you're having those conversations, like which one do I end up choosing? Yeah. But the reality is, there's really no right or wrong answer. It just kind of depends on personal preference. But it's also interesting where, like, despite everything that happened 2022 with the variable, that's still a topic of conversation right now, and it's still a consideration for some. Yeah, I would heavily consider it. I think if it was me, like
it's so different. Like someone, it was actually your sister said this yesterday. It's like we look at these rates conversations and housing conversations so differently because we have them every day.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to say like I would just go variable. I don't really have to think about it because I live it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like our clients or people listening, they're gonna maybe lose some sleep over this because it's a decision that they make every 3 years or 5 years, or every time they move. It's always for them it's definitely a lot more heavy.
Yeah.
And it feels a little bit more black and white for us, but
Yeah.
I feel, and that's the conversations with buyers now too. Like they're kind of like, well, like I don't see what I'm looking for, so maybe I'll just pause until January. It's amazing. Pause until January. December comes and people check out, and I'm telling you right now, there are absolutely like there's deals to be made.
Mm-hmm.
There's motivated sellers. I said this to all my clients that are like either in the offer process or are getting close to like finding the one. I'm like, don't just tune out. Pay attention to what's coming up. Like it may not be the most opportune time for you in terms of your schedule. If you got like family in or work parties, whatever, right? Like holiday stuff.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, if a seller's leaving their property up over the month of December, they are motivated
To sell.
Agreed.
For sure. And that's where you can get not necessarily deals, it's just a lower price point than what you would have.
A favorable whatever, whether that's like
purchase
price or
Yeah.
contingency, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I think to your point about mortgages, like there's no right or wrong answer. Like, inevitably you're going to have to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like to bet on it and that keeps you up at night, then just do the fix. Like right now they're hovering around the same anyway. And I don't think that personally we're going to see a big delta between the two in the next few years. If variable drops lower and lower, it's likely because we're in big trouble. Like our economy's in the tank.
And hopefully it doesn't get to that.
Agreed.
But you're not wrong. Like fixed rates have been steady in a way to like they've hovered around a certain percentage for most of the year.
If I'm a budgeting person, which I have become in the last couple months, really just watching everything and knowing where my money's coming in and out. If it was me and I'm budgeting, like maybe fixed is a better choice because you can budget appropriately, or you don't have that paranoia like is my payment going to go up or down, especially if you're feeling over leveraged and like if a 0.25 basis cut raise takes $50 to $150 away from your monthly budget, like that could impact someone pretty substantially.
100%. And that's the thing. It's like that was kind of the conversation where it eventually led to. He's like the last 3 years have been nice to have it steady.
Sure.
To have the steady payments and stuff.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
2 years and a half.
I respect it.
So it's like he's like, especially just became a new parent. Like we're like, okay, so
I'm just sitting like I would do variable. I have a fixed mortgage.
Yeah.
I don't even have a variable.
Yeah. But it's everything's circumstances are different, right?
100%.
Everybody's circumstances are different. When we did that for you, like the
No, it
variable
made
was
sense.
higher.
Yeah. No.
So it did make sense.
I want to go back and talk a bit about like the market, and this is a bit of a story in terms of like buyers finding opportunities. I won't call it like a fire sale, but this is a very interesting kind of situation where that deal should close tomorrow. So by the time anyone who's listening to this, they'll be moved in, I hope.
At least got keys.
Yeah, exactly. Got keys. So lovely couple from out of town were referred to me by a previous agent in my old office. And we had seen some stuff. They're looking in Carlton Place in Almont, looking for a family home. But there hasn't been a whole lot of inventory there. It's so bizarre, man. Like if you have looking for a townhome in Orleans, you can literally just it's like you can have whatever you want. But if you're looking for a detached in certain places, yeah, it's interesting, man. People don't realize this, but like if you're looking in they've got a healthy budget for where they were, but trying to find that perfect family home for what they were willing to spend was a little bit more challenging.
Interesting.
If you go further outside the city, man, in those like $500,000 to $700,000 price points, if something shows great and is priced well, like people will. I know.
I feel like we sound like a broken record. We've been saying this for the
it.
past
I'm gonna
2-3
get it
months.
tattooed on
Since
my
the summer,
forehead.
I think we've been saying this.
Those are actually pretty competitive. Not like you're not going to go toe to toe and overpay, but they'll move quicker, I guess is the best way to put it, because like affordability again. We come back to this again, but like people are willing to do the commute now because it makes their housing more affordable. Outside the city is what I'm saying. If you're looking for that house inside the city, like for most people, even I'm finding it now. I'm like, I see listings come up, and I'm part of all these like Facebook groups and private sale or whatever, right? And you see something, you're like, man, that's a crazy price for that house. Like some sellers are still like in space when it comes to their pricing.
Yeah. But it's like they're so like aware, like not necessarily aware, but they're so locked into what was sold before.
Perhaps,
the prices
yeah. They're
beforehand.
still hung up on what their neighbor's house sold for 5 years ago.
Correct. Or in some cases, they might need to sell that because they bought at a very high. So like it's hard to say.
It was interesting anyway for these guys because nothing was coming up, and we stumbled across one. It would kind of been sitting around. It had not sitting around, but it was up for a little bit. It had a sale of property, as in like the buyers had a conditionally accepted offer on this property, but it was conditional on them selling their house.
Ooh, so they had a first right of refusal.
Exactly. So I always say this on these things, and I sent one to another set of our clients earlier this week. I'm like, hey, if you like it, like we can bump them. I see it as opportunity. A lot of buyers would say, well, they got an offer. Like, I don't really want to get involved.
No, but it's an opportunity because it means that you might be able to get into it. Yeah.
100%. If that thing has been sitting and the seller's like, I call the agent, I'm like, what's going on with this? Like, what do they have to sell? Where is it? What's the price point? Do you think it will sell? In this case, they were like, I don't really know. Like, it's been up for a while. The conditional sale, the sale of property condition expires in X amount of weeks. So it was coming up pretty close. Okay. I'm like, this is great, guys. Like, if they're coming to the end of it, it means they've probably got nothing. Like, they're sitting ducks. It means that their house has been up and it's probably lost all interest and all traction and is just dried up.
Yeah.
So we go in and they like it. It's a very nice family home. Backs on a beautiful park. Like, it's pretty special down by the river there in Almont, close to the hospital.
Amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. We knew there was some stuff that needed to be done. So I'm like, if you like it, let's just do it. Like, all we can do is start the negotiations. And they're like, do you think we have to go asking? I'm like, well, like, I don't know. I'm like, their sale of property condition is about to expire. Like, I think you can just give them what you're comfortable paying, and we'll see if they want to go for it. So we negotiated it $20,000 under asking.
Okay.
Conditional upon them being released from the first contract and us having a home inspection and a financing condition. So we do our home inspection, and there's some issues that some things we knew about. Older kind of HVAC stuff, older roof. We knew about these going in. It was all disclosed to us. Found a couple other things, like there was a bit of mold in the attic and some questions about the insulation and stuff that were up there. A lot of little things. It kind of felt like a project house to my guys. They were really overwhelmed. And I'm like, we bought ourselves some time. We got an extension on our conditions to kind of really discuss it about, okay, what's that going to cost? What this is going to cost. And we broke it down line by line for our clients. That's one of the bonuses about our team is like we're just so well versed in all this stuff. We're not
because you're submerged into it though.
100%.
You're all in some capacity have done any type of renovation or have done any type of trade work.
Absolutely, and it kind of gives us that edge. So we put a list together of like best case price, worst case price, and like we can always go back and try to renegotiate the price, guys, if you feel comfortable moving forward. And they're like, well, yeah, at the price we offered them, like we don't feel comfortable. So anyway, we came back. I actually let it die. It's funny enough because I was like, I think we're going to be too far apart. Like they were looking for like 30,000 or more in this price reduction.
You additionally to the 20 you had already.
Correct. Yeah.
So it was 50. Be challenging. Okay.
And then the seller was like, yeah, we'll just. They were like, maybe we can do 10. I'm like, I know 10's not going to move the needle. Like I don't want to like waste everybody's time here.
Yeah.
We're just going to be too far apart. So the following morning, the seller called back. Hey, would they do 20? And then I'm like, okay, guys, you've got someone who obviously wants to get something done here. There's no confidence in this first offer.
Yeah.
What price would you feel comfortable with? And I'm just going to throw a Hail Mary and see what happens.
Okay.
Obviously not. I say Hail Mary, but I'm going to break it down and just tell them where we're at. So they said, yeah, this is where we're at. So they wanted to do 56,000 under asking.
Well,
yeah, and then they had basically the math. It was really interesting the way that we had broken it down.
56 total in the sense of the
20
first
plus
20
36.
plus
the first 20 and then the 36 price reduction.
More? Wow.
So yeah, we're 56 under asking.
Okay.
And they, just said, if we're going to do all these repairs that we need to do, like, we're not going to do as big of a down payment because we want to get these things done quickly, and we're not going to have the cash to do it
Of
if
course,
we put all into the house.
Those are the things that you, as a buyer, you have to be aware. Like, yes, you're
100%.
getting that price reduction,
You're
but
not
if you're
getting
still,
the cash. No one's going to give you a stack of $100
exactly,
bills to do this stuff with.
Yes.
Because if the
'Cause
seller
your
tries to give you that, it's mortgage fraud.
Exactly. And your mortgage gets deducted, right? The price point gets deducted. The mortgage gets deducted. Yes, you're paying less monthly. You require less of a down payment.
The numbers aren't that staggering in savings when you look at it on a month-to-month basis.
Correct. And you still need the money afterwards to do the work.
100%, right? So anyway, long story short, we talked to their broker and mortgage broker. We broke it down like, okay, if we go from 20 to 10 and we keep all this cash, what is our CMHC premium? And we calculated that, and that was where that extra 6 came from, because that was what it was going to cost to cover the mortgage insurance premium on it. So they wanted to have a buffer for that too. Basically asked for a discount. I thought it was pretty smart. A lot of people wouldn't have taken that into consideration at all. So anyway, we came back. We said, this is where we're going to be at. Okay, we'll give you a day to think about it, type of thing, because we knew it was a lot. I get a call the next day in the afternoon. A condition is, or offer is set to expire like,
your
I think
offer?
it's like 5 p.m.
Okay, your offer.
Correct. Our counter offer of like the 56K off. And the seller called and said, listen, I got another offer. Oh. So a third offer is now to the party, and they want to offer on the property. So I said, okay. She said, do you want to bring your offer up? And I said, I'll let you know. I'm going to talk to my guys. I'm like, and I was very straightforward. I said, listen.
I love the poker first. I'll let you know.
I let my guys know that this is the situation. They obviously have the current sale of property condition. They have a new offer now, and they have ours. There's 3 kind of offers floating around here in space. I said, you can come up if you really love the house. But I was very honest. I'm like, this is my professional opinion. Stay exactly where you're at.
Okay.
I was like, hold your ground. I was betting that they were not going to be willing to go into another conditional period with a third buyer who's going to do another home inspection, find all the things that we found, have it do another financing. That's not even to say that buyer would be willing to move forward after finding said things on the home inspection. They could easily just walk away, and then they're left with nothing.
Yeah, at this point, you're the most...
You will be firm, and you'll have bought this house.
Yeah, you're the most, how do you say, like the most likable offer.
Yeah, you're the quickest out for them.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, we agree. We don't want to move. I'm like, perfect. I'll let them know. And I said, we're good. A few hours later, hey, yeah, we're good. We're going to accept your offer. But they still had to be released from the first offer, which 24 hours later they were. And then my guys got the house.
So firm. Firm sale, firm purchase.
Crazy, eh?
Amazing. Closing tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a quick one.
Amazing.
Super happy for them. And obviously, like, I'm saying that if there's buyers listening, and I've said this to clients that are on the fence about waiting till the new year, I'm like, there are people out there that are motivated. Like, that meant them getting out quickly. They get in before Christmas. The sellers get out before Christmas into their new house before Christmas. Like, this is probably one of the most emotional times for real estate, because there's holidays tied to it. There's so many emotions going on.
And at the same time, you never know at what point maybe they have already bought something.
Oh, they did. I knew that they had bought something.
And they had to get out of this 100%. One for like whatever reason before the closing of the other one. Because that's how in the finance side of stuff works. Like, if you bought something, you need a firm sale to be able to have a bridge mortgage so that this property that you currently have doesn't affect your numbers and your qualification. And the down payment, you can make that work. But if you don't have it before your closing time, you can be in a lawsuit situation for the other one. So it is
up shit's creek,
time is ticking, right? So then at that point, you have to, as a seller, you have to consider what are your losses.
Your losses, and like, most people aren't willing to gamble when we're talking about big money like that. Right?
Yeah. So good on you for telling them to like hold their ground, especially given everything that is going on. It's interesting to see where the experience kind of kicks in.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like a non-experienced agent, let's say a more newer agent, would have probably not panicked, but would have probably
you
said,
should really come up here.
Hey, okay, maybe you should come up. Maybe you want to reconsider, and then like maybe the 10K, and whatever. But because of everything that was going on, it was a good call to just say like, we just sold.
Yeah, experience is everything, right? It's worth its weight in gold, and yeah, not to toot my own horn, I was pretty proud of that one for sure.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's a good win. Solid win.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, again, like if anyone's kind of on the fence, like you'd be surprised at what people's motivations are over the holidays. And I think there's favorable deals for everybody involved. I've seen it. There's so many listings that are just kind of sitting ducks right now. If you come in before Christmas or even around Christmas, people, I don't know, maybe it's the season of giving. They want to give their houses away.
It is a season of giving, but I don't think that they'll give their house easily.
Well, you put up a fight for it, but I don't know, man. People's motivations change.
People are more willing to give, I feel, at that point. Just because, like you said, the emotional, the wanting to be done with it before the holidays.
Gets out before winter starts. Like, there's so many things you don't consider.
And even as a buyer is motivating. Like, you want to have something new for the holidays.
Absolutely. You get in the first of the, you start 2026 in your new home. I don't know. I think if I'm looking for something super specific, I'm always looking. Waiting till 2026, I don't think is a good strategy because, how many other people are saying the same thing?
Yeah. And that's the hard part. Like, I've always, in the years that I've been in the industry, I've always seen it too. And like, it's whoever is buying in the winter is because they're motivated.
Yeah, same as the sellers, right?
Yeah, and same as the sellers. Yeah. Whoever has their house in the winter, it's because
everyone would love to wait till spring or summer or whatever, right? But the inevitability of it is that
life happens. Yeah,
bills pay.
I mean, as a seller, best advice is if you're able to wait till the spring.
Yeah, but if you have
to, then
price it right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it will. Houses still go in a week or two because they're priced right and people see value in it.
Yeah, and we've seen that multiple offers. It might not necessarily be multiple. Some of them might be multiple offers over asking. It just depends what it's listed at.
Perhaps.
But we see multiple offers. We've seen no conditions, and it's not that it's not happening because we don't hear it in the news because it's not as predominant as it was before. 100%.
Yeah. Well,
but it's still happening.
Yeah. Another client that we have, condo buyer, we were in multiple offers 2 weeks ago.
And they lost it.
Well, everyone lost it.
Yeah.
The seller accepted nobody's offers. So funny.
That was a bad strategy from the listing agent.
Total backfire, man.
It totally backfired. I remember we were talking about that. Yeah.
So we'll do another quick one because I know we got a little bit more time. But this was an interesting one where we liked the property. They had listed it at it was over 5. They did a price reduction, nothing. Did another price reduction, nothing. Then they were like, you know what? Let's drop it another 40. We'll hold offers. And they got showings from what I'm told. I can't really confirm that, but she said 11 or 12 showings. And then we said, yeah, we'll submit an offer for you. And we just gave them asking price, quick close. It wasn't a terrible offer. It would have been a good deal for our client.
Yeah.
Because I did feel like it's obviously undervalued at that price. But I'm like, no one's going to come in after us and over offer on this thing. Like, just not in a condo market. Absolutely not in a condo. And just like I was saying to our client, I'm like, I do not recommend you go over asking on this. Like, even if your offer's lower than market value, like I still don't recommend it. Because we're going to try to get you a deal here. And like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you have all the leverage on your side.
Because you've seen the history of it.
I've seen the history of it. I know what the condo market's doing right now, too. Like,
and it wasn't price appealing at the first shot 100%. Because it was like, okay, price reduction, which you see the price reduction, then another price reduction, you see it again, and then the third one to and hold offers. Okay, maybe this will create some incentive.
Perhaps.
Like it's
but no.
Hard.
But fast forward to the day, like we threw in an offer pretty close to the offer kind of deadline. Because I was like, maybe people are kind of holding it close to their chest. I don't know. So I put it in like 15 minutes before she said she was meeting with the seller. And she's like, yeah, okay, thanks. I'll let you know. And 20 minutes later, I got another one. Do you want to increase your offer? And I'm like, I didn't say I can't speak for my client, but I'm like, I'll let you know. And I obviously called her quickly. I'm like, do you want to? I'm like, I don't recommend you do, but you can if you want to increase it. No, we'll leave it as is. Okay, great. So I said, no, we're going to leave it. Okay, perfect. We'll wait. And it didn't take long. It was like, 45 minutes to an hour, maybe tops. And I got a call back and she's like, yeah, you didn't get it. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, but the other one didn't get it either. I'm like, oh. Okay. So I was like, out of curiosity, like, I'm sorry that didn't work out for anybody. Like, it seems like I'm sorry this was a colossal waste of time for everybody involved.
Yeah.
But worth a shot. Anyway, so what are you looking for? Like, what is it that you want to get? And like, maybe I'll float it to my client and see if she's willing to go there. And she was like, well, $495
Which was their first
was
list
$15K more than the price they reduced it from.
to get multiple offers.
So like 515 to like 480, and then they reduced it to 440. And then they want 495. Like, none of this
So
makes
even the
sense, man.
first-
This is crazy talk.
Even the first reduction of 480, or when they came to 480, before they came under for the 440 to get more incentive,
yeah.
people incentivized.
They want more than their
They
previous
still
price.
wanted it
This
more,
is
so then-
bonkers, man.
What were they expecting for people to offer more than 480 at that point when they've already seen a price reduction? It's hard.
I'm telling you right now, like, condo is like a different beast given the climate around all of it right now. Especially that one was like kind of Beechwood area, which is kind of close enough to the market for it to have some of the kind of like, but it's a nice area. Like, I would live in that
Yeah,
building
it's a
for
very
sure.
nice
It was a
neighborhood.
beautiful building, beautiful condo, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Great area. But people are hesitant, and no one in their right mind should be advising anybody to go competing against someone for a condominium right now.
No, and I agree with you. Because
Unless
there's
you're
so
like,
much-
oh, my family lives in the building and I want to be next to them.
yeah,
Whatever,
unless there's a personal attachment to it, where like if family's close, work is close,
Sure.
or
whatever. It was
school
the be all
is
end all.
close,
You had
yeah.
to have it. Anyway, I just don't see it. The expectations of sellers needs to be addressed because the condo market's not going to get any better. When she told me that, I was like, you realize that's never going to happen. I was just very blunt. She's like, yeah, I know it's going to be challenging for sure. I'm like, so what's the plan? Like, you're going to leave it up? Or you're gonna? No, she's like, no, we're going to rent it. Rent it for the next, hopefully 1 to 3 years, and then try to sell it. And I'm like, you're not going to get that in 1 to 3 years. Like, the 495 is not going to happen for you. Like, unless you know something I don't know, and I should be buying up condos in the market, it's never going to happen. Like, I'm like, you're going to need to hold that for 10 years to get that out of it because it's so soft.
And this is interesting because like it's interesting to see where this is going to go with the condos, because we're seeing a lot of towers being built. Some of them are not being finished.
Yeah, or purpose-built rentals, right?
Or purpose-built, or they're converting to purpose-built rentals.
Right.
But then let's say, for example, and maybe we can drive into this to the next episode of next week, Lansdowne 2.0.
Oh, don't get me started on that waste of money.
So then that's the question, is like, why would we start something like that when you have buildings that are still not selling, condo market, resale market still not selling? So who's gonna buy that?
Dude, I can't even imagine. That's like, I think it's probably one of the worst decisions our city council have made to move forward with that project. I think it's a colossal waste of money. I think I'm all about more housing.
Yeah.
I just think there's better ways to spend it. I think that there's so many reasons not to do it. The only reason that they're doing this is because someone's getting filthy rich off of it.
So I think there's more reasons not to do it than there's reasons to do it.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
Personally, I think that they should maybe do like bread and flats first.
Agreed. Yeah, sure.
Even if they don't do the stadium, the rest of the surrounding
just
area.
leave the pit for the stadium later, right?
Exactly, and leave the surrounding area around it, just
man.
because it'll create some incentives of like, okay, people
wow.
coming
What
to
do
a
you
new
mean,
area.
high density housing next to a train station? That's crazy, though, Adolfo.
I mean, it's probably one of the best solutions.
I'd rather
that
put
they
it on
could
the
do.
end of Bank Street where there's nothing but congestion.
Where there's traffic
all
and
the
the
time.
parking, and the parking is unbearable all the time.
Yeah. So it's we should definitely talk about this next week. But they're taking 13,000 seats away from the stadium.
Yeah, we discussed this. Yeah.
Now the Ottawa Charge have said that they're probably going to look for a new home because they're taking butts out of seats.
Yeah. Well, which is money for them, obviously. They're losing on a
You
game
lose
by
in a
game.
team. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what the logic is behind it, because I've read online that the stadium itself has like another like 15 to 20 years of life into it. Like, it's not falling apart. So like, I truly don't like. Are the Red Blacks selling out to the point where they need new stands? Maybe the stands are that. I don't know, man. I really just think it's a terrible investment. It's an excuse for people to spend money. It's going to be a freaking disaster.
Yeah,
And just wait until the final bill comes in on this, and wait to see what the overages are, because I bet you it'll be astronomical, and the taxpayers of Ottawa are going to be asked to pay for it.
My concern, and one of my biggest concerns or red flags for that is parking.
Parking for sure.
Like, if you can't increase parking in that area,
Don't
however
do
way
it.
you want to,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
whole condo building that they're planning on doing, if you can't add any parking, why do it?
I couldn't tell you why. Because
Yeah.
someone else is, if you look at the map of councillors that voted for this thing, basically everyone in the inner city, with the exception of the councillor for Vanier, voted no on this. And it was all the burbs that voted yes. It's it's mind blowing that it should be put to a referendum, really, and let the citizens of Ottawa vote on this.
Yeah.
These councillors, man, they're so delusional and they're so ass backwards in their thinking. And I think they're all greasy and greedy. And I'm just being honest. I just think every politician's that way. And a municipal, provincial, federal, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Red, blue, orange, green, you're all crooks.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
No, there's a billion other ways to spend that money. Anyway, I digress. Not the way I want to start my day. It's clearly a hot topic for me.
Yeah, clearly we have to make a whole episode about this.
Yeah, we should definitely tear that apart.
Not to
man.
get political, but yeah.
Well, it shouldn't be like housing. Yes, it's a municipal and provincial issue, but the citizens have to have some say in this. They can't just say like, oh yeah, we're going to stick 2 towers on top of this football stadium because we thought of this idea, a decade ago and want to follow through with it, even though the economic climate and the geographic area doesn't really support our vision.
Yeah.
But I want to push it through though.
And that's the thing. It's like, does it actually support us right now in this moment? Is it the right time?
Of course
to do
it's
that
not,
project?
man.
And
What are you going to do?
that's-
More 1-bedroom and junior suites and
Which
this
are
is
not
what
necessarily
people want,
selling
man.
right
This
now
is
in the
crazy.
resale market. Like, if the condo market for whatever reason at this moment was dry, like in the sense of there was no condos available,
Yeah.
I would agree with it,
Sure.
because then it's like, okay, you're putting more housing into
Agreed. If there was a market for it,
it. Exactly.
but we know there ain't.
Yeah, but I mean, talk about it in another episode because I think that we're getting close to time. and
Yeah, next week
it's
guys, we'll
just-
come
it's
back
just
with that
gonna
one.
it's gonna hit a spot.
Yeah, I don't want my day can only get better from here actually, I guess. So that's good. Anyway,
That's good.
if you are listening on the audio platforms, guys, please just like us. My phone is or computer. I thought I turned on Do Not Disturb, but I think that's my fantasy football league. They're all at odds about one another right now. It's pretty hilarious to watch. I wake up to like 100 messages a day. There's some drama in the fantasy football world. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening, please like us, please share, please comment, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.